However, it's your boy, Salisbury in there today. This is a quick video. So, if you're not from South Africa, I don't think many people will have come across these articles, which are basically stating that UFC South Africa is being worked on and there's plans currently to facilitate the event in South Africa. So I'll just break the news to my fellow non-South African UFC fans. Why did I say fellow? I'm not non-South African. So, but anyway, so Fortress UBC is successful tiring, we know that. Basically, Dana White promised the fight would happen in South Africa. Rodriguez won. And then now the Cape Town mayor has apparently went on Cape Talk and mentioned a plan of adding a 30 million temporary roof, 30 million rand temporary roof to DHL Stadium. Um, yeah. So because of Dana White's ego, we all know Dana White for some reason hates a stadium with no roof underneath it. Don't worry, Dana White, you bald, your hair's not gonna get wet if it starts raining. You're the person who should be least worried about if it starts raining, because most people in the world have hair. But anyway, yeah. So Dana White has this. If you don't know, Dana White has this massive ego about the stadium that he does not ever want to host a stadium event, even though a stadium event is what will solidify and grow the UFC more than having a small arena. Because stadiums they can uh, hold more people in it. That means there will be more people watching the event, so ticket prices will be cheaper, which will also mean that you don't have to be super rich to go to the event. And when you have a small arena and only super rich people go to the event, like at the UFC Sphere, where like the tickets were 5,000 rand, but say you add 30,000 more seats to that, more middle class, poorer people can go to the event, and middle class, poorer people are more likely to be extroverts than rich people and bring energy to the event. When you bring energy to the event, it can create things like chants and cool moments and like creates an atmosphere, more of an atmosphere, which gets recorded on video camera and gets posted on YouTube, Instagram, and people start noticing it. Also, because there's a great atmosphere, there's a better atmosphere at the stadium event than a arena event. That makes people that makes casual fans more want to go again in the future and actually start getting more interested in the fights because they remembered one of the like highlights of the year going to a UFC event. So yeah, Dana White has a very weird and stupid ego about stadiums and stuff, even though a stadium event is literally what's going to bring the UFC to the next level. The fact that Conor McGregor's only fought in front of 20,000 people was the most amount of people was just a massive wasted opportunity where you can sell more tickets, make more money, and and yeah, and yeah, basically the event will be hosted in this stadium. So I'm like, I know as a South African that you can fill up this whole arena because if you set the tickets at the right price, because the UFC probably since the World Cup, I would say the UFC would be the biggest international sporting event which will happen in South Africa. Obviously, rugby is the biggest sport in South Africa, but even like the Rugby World Cup in 2015, no only South Africans and New Zealanders, Australians, and like maybe French people care about rugby. Besides that, no one else really cares about rugby. So this will bring lots of international attention and yeah, this is like normally something this big wouldn't happen in South Africa at all. So people are gonna want to go to this event. And yeah, so this is a potential stadium which would happen in. Which if the stadium gets filled up, I'm not saying 100% chance it will be, but if it does get filled up, I think Dana White's gonna have to drop the stupid narrative about stadiums because if if this goes well in South Africa in the DHL Stadium, I think the future of the UFC would be to start hosting events in stadiums where there's actually like 50, 60,000 people, and it isn't just a arena full of 10,000 rich people because you set the ticket prices so high because supply and demand and everything. So yeah. But anyway, I just had to rant and get this off my chest because Dana White sometimes just makes very bad decisions which are preventing growing the UFC, which I care about anyway. But because going to this tweet, which is basically confirming that the fight is getting worked on to be hosted in South Africa. Gabe McKenzie is sports minister of South Africa, if you don't know, and he has been doing good work recently as a sports minister. Like he seems involved and like really cares and passionate about the job, and he's got a really good opportunity with the UFC being hosted in South Africa to like add it to his legacy and like he can kind of position maybe become president. I don't know. I'm just yapping at this point. But let's read the tweet. I see news articles about UFC fight of Drew Supersea happening in Cape Town. We're in the final stage of negotiating that the fight happens in South Africa. We have not been given the green light. We will know by the end of October. No decision of hosting city can be made yet. So it looks like it's going to be that. It looks like they're going to try. What am I even saying? It looks like it will be a nice end of October. So around the Abu Dhabi card, maybe we'll get an announcement. What else? And they've not decided on the hosting city, but it looks like they want to make it in Cape Town. I think Cape Town's the best place to place it because it's like it's just this isn't just a massive opportunity for the UFC. This is a massive opportunity for South Africa because the tourism will bring. I know Dana White's ego makes people spend $2 million just to have a temporary roof over a stadium, but but like people will be coming overseas. The South African currency is very weak. Will be bringing in dollars and euros and stuff just to watch this event. Fathers, Dana White will probably spend quite a lot of money in South Africa, just giving examples. So this is a massive tourism opportunity for South Africa, and then also people from overseas are going to see the event and they're going to actually see the beauty of the city of Cape Town, which like will definitely increase tourism in Cape Town at the moment. Also, there's a there's like lots of rich Airbnb owners who are owning all the houses in Cape Town, and that's like why poorer people can't afford houses in Cape Town. Apparently, they are going to be licking their lips when they hear about Hamzat Chimaev or Sean Strickland. I don't know if Sean Strickland will come when it comes to Africa. They'll be licking their lips at potential Hamzat Chimaev renting out an Airbnb in South Africa. I mean Cape Town. And yeah, and also apparently they're gonna want to host Formula One, but you don't give a fuck about Formula One, that boring ass sport. But yeah, cheers. It's your boy Slice Bread and May. Slice Bread and May. I'm out.